This is a video on how to create a tint scale in acrylic paint. First, you need your batch color, or the color that you're creating a tint of. You need a palette knife, and you need a big pile of white paint. Not too big, about the size of a quarter, and maybe a little smaller than that, about this size. And then you're going to put your palette knife once in your batched color, and then mix it up so your paint is homogeneous. Homogeneous means it needs to be like a smooth, even color throughout. It can't be like stripey. And apply it on your sheet. Your brush needs to be clean to get a true read of your color. When you're applying your scale, each step needs to be applied like really thickly, otherwise you see the paper through. Notice I just put my paint, my palette knife in the paint once again. And this is how I get the next step. Clean paintbrush, nice good amount of paint on my brush, and there's step 2. You're always better off with a tint scale to use a darker color, because then you can create more steps. Notice I just stuck my palette knife in my batched color once, returned to my original pile of white paint, and mix it till it's homogeneous. So what ends up happening is you're using the same amount of white paint that you're working from. That pile, as you apply it onto your scale, gets smaller and smaller, and the ratio of color to white paint changes, so the color becomes darker and darker. Now you might run into this where like the steps are similar. If the steps are too similar,
is your email at Verizon?
you put it into the batch color again. And then put a thick coat over what you just did. So get as many steps as you can. You probably could get, if it's a dark color, about 10. If it's a pastel, about 4. And that's it. That's how to create a tint scale in acrylic paint.
Yay.